Greetings, everybody. Thank you for joining us this evening or morning, wherever you are in the world. We're going to take a minute and let folks get settled into Zoom. It's great to see all of you here. Seeing people from all over the world, it looks like. This is wonderful.
I see a few people that I can admit. Should I admit them in too?
Yeah, we folks will be joining in, and we'll just keep hitting that admit button as they join us. So, yeah, cool. This is great. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this edition of our Berklee Geo for Bangkok. This is our second session. This session is being recorded. My name is Jason Camelio. I'm the Assistant Vice President for Global Initiatives at Berklee, and we're super excited to have you. This series of sessions is designed to introduce you to all of the amazing artistic and musical and educational experiences that we have at Berklee, leading up to our visit that we're going to be making to Bangkok with our partners at Siam Music Yamaha. This is a Zoom session, so Zoom rules will apply. We're going to do some presenting at the beginning, and we're going to have you muted, and then we're going to open it up for Q&A as we get later in the session. We've got all kinds of awesome information to share with you. This information is going to be shared on our YouTube channel afterwards. So if you would like to go back and check out the information that our guest artist is going to be sharing, you'll have the opportunity to do that. If you have a student or a fellow teacher, educator that missed the opportunity to check out the session, please share it with them. Make sure that they are aware of it. And also, be sure to follow us. If you don't follow us online, you can get us here at Berklee Global on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, wherever you get your social media feed from, you can join us there, follow us, and communicate with us. Let us know what questions you have as well. Our team is available. Joining us also, we have our Assistant Director for Global Enrollment Initiatives, Bree Tagliaferro. She's producing in the background, making sure that everything runs like clockwork today. Bree, thank you for helping us set this up. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, our guest today is an incredible musician, an educator. Had the opportunity to work with him in a number of instances and travel with him. We're going to be traveling again, right? Heading over to Bangkok very soon to Siam Music Yamaha, who is our sponsor for this event and our sponsor for the visit to Thailand. This artist is a New York, Boston-based jazz pianist. He is constantly in a mode of growing and learning and experiencing and sharing. I would say that, curiosity is the thing that drives him artistically, as well as the passion to just work with musicians of all different backgrounds. His core inspiration and background comes from Black gospel music and the Afro-Caribbean music styles, but obviously connected to the expanse of the music world. He's worked with incredible artists. Most recently, folks like Terry Lynn Carrington and all the incredible artists and professors in the Berklee and other places. Traveled the world and performed and taught in a number of different places. And we have him here today. So please join me in welcoming Professor of Piano, Kevin Harris. Kevin, thanks for joining us, man.
Hey, Jason. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. It's really a wonderful pleasure to be here. I have been anticipating this Zoom experience in addition to being live with you. Also, just to discuss songwriting, to discuss artistry. Jason had mentioned that one of my words that I tend to orbit around a lot is the word curiosity. And I hope to be able to share that with you through ideas of songwriting in this session today. If I could just talk a little bit, tell you a little bit more about myself. I am originally from Lexington, Kentucky. I was born there, just hearing Black gospel music, hearing the Motown sound. My mother and father would play this on their record players all the time. I grew up at the beginning stages of hip hop. I even did a lot of breakdancing when I was a kid. I even won a few breakdancing competitions. And of course, we know that art has just went on to become a global art form. So there's a lot of different styles that have influenced my own musicianship. My first instrument was actually the trumpet. And then I went on to become much more serious about playing the piano. But my path is a little interesting also, because I really didn't play much classical music or jazz until I got to my undergraduate school in Kentucky also. So I decided to major in education first. I have a strong passion for inspiring, and I also have a strong passion for also being inspired by other artists. And then after that, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go to the New England Conservatory in Boston to get my master's in piano performance. Then after that, I stuck around Boston for a while. Then I moved to New York. Then at the same time I was moving to New York, I began to teach at this wonderful school, Berklee College of Music. So since then, I've been expanding as a pianist, but I'm also having the opportunity to expand as a composer. I'm getting commissioned to do new works that have to do with writing for strings, writing for winds, small chamber work, ensembles, but also more kind of pop, contemporary, funk ensembles also. I have a new album that's going to be coming out, 2 new albums actually. And as Jason mentioned earlier, we're doing a lot of traveling together. So that's what kind of keeps me busy as an artist, kind of in a nutshell there. But now, let's get around to what we're going to be talking about today, which is mainly songwriting and composition and what inspires that. So let me ask you all to put, those of you who can, if you could put in the chat what it is that you'd like to see covered in this conversation as we're here on Zoom together, but also I'm going to see some of you in person. What are some of the things about songwriting and composition that you would like to see talked about? I definitely have an agenda that I know what I'd like to talk about. But if you wouldn't mind putting in the chats, just something that interests you about songwriting, just so I can read a few of those and get to know some of your ambitions and some of your own curiosity. So I'm just going to take maybe a few seconds here for anyone who's able to put in the chat what they'd like to see covered. I would love to see some of those thoughts. Oh, we got some people. I see where you're coming from too. Some folks from Thailand, Mexico, Turkey, Argentina, Iran. Nice. China, the US. How to write, even if you aren't inspired. How to convey emotion through composition of music. Nice, nice. Tips for building up structure. What is your idea to start a song? Yeah. Expression. Yeah. Progression. Part writing for orchestral music. We may not get into the details of orchestral music in this one. How to come up with lyrics. It's a good one. We'll probably touch upon that. And I should remind everyone that as a jazz pianist, I'm definitely approaching from that perspective. At Berklee, I teach piano. I'm not in the composition department, so I should definitely say that. I'm writing with a lot of my own experience. How to stop writing the same chords. Oh, I hear you. I hear you. We can talk about that. How to best write for multiple instruments. Yeah. How to write balance between contrast and creativity in form of a piece, I believe that is. Yes. Okay, great. We'll take maybe a few more seconds to check out a few more ideas. These are all great ideas. Love them. Great questions, great curiosities. Okay. How to reharmonization, reharms, yes. And we can talk about that all day, reharms. I'm as a piano player for sure. Okay, great. I'm sure many of you will add to the chat even more, but this does give me a kind of a general idea of what we're going to be accomplishing, what you would like to accomplish, which is great. So now let me tell you what I would like to accomplish with this time with you. And that's to be able to look at some of the masters of this music, songwriters. First, look at some of the melodies and the harmonies, and lastly, the rhythms that they use in their compositions as a point of curiosity. The second thing I'd like to do is imitate them in a very creative way. So we study it, check it out, imitate it, and then we're going to kind of innovate upon that. Like what happens when we study the melody of, say, for example, NDRE or Paul McCartney or Shostakovich, or when we take a melody or their harmony or their rhythm, practice it, and just see where that goes. If I had to give this particular presentation a title, it would be something about continuation. Some of the best artists out there will say oftentimes it's not being able to be interrupted by other things. That's the main thing that we need to focus on. Once you're in it, you're in that melody, that reharmonization, whatever it is, you got a great melody. You can have all the technique in the world, but if we're interrupting our thoughts, interrupting the flow of things with our own thoughts or someone else outside, that can really put a dent in our process. So just keep in mind the continuation of thought, as best we can, keep it going. So in preparing for you, I thought what I'd do is I'd like to look at 3 artists here, quite different from each other. If we're lucky, if we have enough time, I'd like to hit 4. The first artist covers the blues. And many of you may have heard of this artist. Some of you may have not. And I think some of you will be surprised. First, let me ask this question. When I say rock and roll, who comes to mind? Let's throw a few of those names in the chat, because that's definitely one of the styles out there that influences many other contemporary styles. Elvis Presley, Elvis Presley, Elvis Presley. Elvis. I saw Frank Zappa. Nice. Elvis, Elvis, Elvis. Elvis. Little Richard, Chuck Berry. Okay. The Beatles, Queen. Okay, okay. Great. Metallica. Nice, nice. Okay, great. Thank you for putting those in the chat. I'd like to share with you a guitarist and singer who came up through the Black gospel tradition. And this may surprise a lot of you, because this particular vocalist inspired Elvis and the Beatles. There's articles and interviews where Elvis and the Beatles and a lot of other folks are saying, oh, I listened to this person to understand rock and roll. So check out the roots of rock and roll. I'm going to share my screen with you. See a few more in here. Grateful Dead, Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd. All right, all good stuff, all good stuff. But let's talk about who influenced all of those. Because again, we're here to talk about songwriting. We're here to talk about being inspired from all these other styles. And how does that influence us? How does that inspire us to write and compose? The person who inspired all of them, drum roll. Let me do a share screen. Dun, 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 dun. This is Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Sister Rosetta Tharpe is from Arkansas. And what we're going to do, I just want to play a short video from her. You'll notice she's already playing the guitar. And there's a choir behind her. And let's just listen to this. And I want you to listen for what elements of rock and roll she's playing, maybe even the motions that she makes that maybe reminds you of what inspired Elvis. Because again, we're talking about inspiration here. Let's check this out. So now you guys are a little bit more familiar with Sister Rosetta Tharpe. If you want to learn a little bit more about her and her history and how she's influenced and called the mother of rock and roll, there's a great book. It's called Shout, Sister, Shout. And the author is Gail Wald, I believe. The spelling is Gayle, last name Wald. Shout, Sister, Shout. So when we have musicians like Sister Rosetta Tharpe, who influenced those like Elvis, we're talking about the blues here, people, and this is just the roots of so many music. We'll get into this, but I tell my students, and many of these great teachers at Berklee will say the roots of everything from rock, pop, funk, even hip hop, you're hearing the blues. And we're going to get into this for those of you who aspire to write in those different styles. So now what I think I do, you guys don't see me right here, but you can hear that I have a piano. Check it out.
Hey, Kevin,
Yes.
would you just check and see if you're sharing your sound? Because it's breaking up a bit. And,
Oh,
and
is
you
it?
might want to turn on your original sound for musicians at the top. Turn it on. It should be at the top left. Yeah, right under the photos of all the people in the banner. It should say original sound for musicians. It might be turned off. If you turn it on, then we won't get the clipping from Zoom.
1 second. I see the remove spotlight. I see record.
Okay. All right. I think we should be all right. You want to play?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm not going to be playing a ton. I figure we could do a lot more of that live in person. But I also thought we could just kind of take a look at these different styles, and although it may clip a little bit, can you hear, for example, can you hear these chords? No?
We're not getting it. Yeah.
Oh,
So why don't you share your screen and then let's just make sure that your audio is shared down at the bottom.
okay.
Go ahead and when you do share screen down the bottom, there should be share audio.
Share. Yeah. Share. I share sound.
Yep. Let's do that. Now play. And then I think we should be all right.
Wait,
Yeah. We don't have to share your screen. We just share your audio. Yeah.
did that on accident. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, cool.
Let's give that a try. It should be better.
Is this any better?
No, it's still clipping. That's all right. Let's do so at the top there, the banner where it says remove spotlight.
Yeah.
Is there not a button that says original sound for musicians at all?
No, I see one that says remove spotlight, recording, custom live stream service.
Yeah.
And then
Right.
that's it.
No worries. We'll just go with what you have here.
All right, cool.
It'll come through. Yep.
All right.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait to see you guys in person. I cannot wait to see you in person. We won't be having any clipping problems. But anyway, as I continue on, one of the great things about the blues in general is we're able to take different melodies, and we're also able to take different harmonies, and we're able to take different rhythms. And it's so funny, a lot of times we just have to improvise. Even like right now, like I was planning on doing a lot more piano playing right now, but that's life. And that's what forces us to be creative sometimes. So one thing I'd like to focus on is the idea of melody. You heard Sister Rosetta Tharpe singing a song called it's like Up Above My Head, right? And let's just look at the kind of the formation of that melody. Up above my head, right? I hear music in the air, up above my head. Now, if we were in the same room, trust me, I would have you singing with me. You would be on your feet right now singing with me, but we're on Zoom. So let me just ask you to do something. Let's take a melody by Thelonious Monk. Thelonious Monk was a wonderful pianist. He was born in North Carolina, Rocky Mount, North Carolina. And he has a fascinating sound. And there's a song that he wrote called Blue Monk. What a soulful sound. The melody goes, bo-bo doo-bee, bo-bo doo-bee, bo-bee-dee-bee-dee, bo-bo-bo-doo. Bo-bo-doo-dee, bo-bo-doo-dee, bo-bee-dee-dee-dee-do-doo. Bee-dee-dee-dee-do. Boo-dee-doo-doo-doo-do-do. Bo-bee-doo-doo-doo-do-do. It's I'm sure some of you have played this before. And those of you who haven't, we might play it together when I see you. Now, let's take a look at that melody from Thelonious Monk. If you were being inspired by that melody to write your own, let's talk about some of that, okay? Bo do do bo do. We hear that kind of starting. For those of you who have pretty good ears, we know that starts on the third. Do 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 do, kind of moves up chromatically, right? For those of you who put in the chat, you want to work on lyrics. How can we be inspired by that melody? Do 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 bo. Then it goes up again. Bo 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 bo. Bo 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 do 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 do. How do we take a melody like that and make it our own? Right? Some thoughts. Although I don't have you in the same room with me, what are different ways we can expand that rhythmically? We can expand that idea melodically. There are some harmonic things that you're probably hearing, but let's just stay to rhythm. And let's also stay to melody right now. Throw a few ideas in the chat. That one melody. Yeah, this one's called Blue Monk. I see someone put Straight No Chaser. Yeah, I love that one too. I love that tune. Yeah. By the way, if you want to learn a little bit more about Thelonious Monk, there's a great book. It's called The Life and Times of an American Original, and it's written by Robin Kelly. It is a fantastic, phenomenal book. Phenomenal. Any other thoughts? How do we take that melody and go from hearing something that someone else wrote, composed, and making it our own? This is the most important point I'd like to drive in our time together, because that's what Elvis did, right? You heard Sister Rosetta Tharpe and many other artists, and somehow kept some of those blues elements that inspired him, but also came up with his very, very unique style. And that's what we want to do, whether we're composing classical music, whether we're composing funk, pop, we're coming from somewhere, right? So it's really important. So let me sing that melody for you one more time. Bo bo do be, bo bo do be, bo bo do bo do, bo 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 bo. It's got another part. Boo boo do be, boo boo do bo. Bo be dee be dee, bo be. Got. Be dee do. Booby doo boo doo boo bo, booby dee ba da boo bo. Right. Someone put use counterpoint. Yes. Oh, I wish we were in the same room, but since we're not, I'm gonna literally split my own personality here, and I'm gonna do counterpoint with myself. I love that suggestion. Use counterpoint. Yes. Okay. We can also expand the rhythm. Right now, it's kind of a swing thing too. Doom boo doo be. But if we wanted to, we could change that to funk, like in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, like super fast. Check it out. Just the way that I internalize. And by the way, now I'm getting around to rhythm. With a lot of the ensembles and groups, and Jason and I we've done this before. In many of the groups that we work with, a lot of the rhythm that's important is the rhythm within you. Like how well you can kind of sing patterns to yourself, sing the rhythm, sing the groove, because this has a lot to do with locking up and songwriting in that way. Yes, change the subdivisions and adjust the new rhythm. Oh, you put it in the chat at the same time I was doing it. Yes, I like this person. So yeah, so now what we're doing is let's change this kind of swing thing to more like a funk thing, for example. And I need you to sing. I'm going to trust you're singing this with me. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a drum. Like I'm going to have my cymbal over here. I'm going to have my snare right here. And I'm going to be singing the bass part. So I'm going to trust you doing this with me. So now we're going to go. Ba, 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 ba. You may feel a little silly doing it, but just sing it with me. 1, 2, here we go. Ah, 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 ah. There's our groove. Keep that going in your mind. And then we're going to sing that same melody of Blue Monk from Thelonious Monk. And we're going to put it right over top of that groove. Bum bum. See how it changes? Bum bum. Boom bum bum bum. Boom bee. Bum bum. Boom bee. Boobity bum 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 boom boom boom. It no longer swings. It's like we put a pocket on it, as we say. You know, it's got a backbeat now. Someone else put in the chat transpose. Oh yeah. Boom bum bum. Beebadoo bum bum. Let's let that pocket. Break. Change keys. Boom bum bum. Boobadoo boom bee. There's a lot of different directions we can head when we alter the melody. So that's funk. Some other styles are, let's put a few more styles in the chat. Few more styles. Reggae. Ooh, yes. Yes. Okay, so let me ask you, how's your internalized reggae feel? If I asked you to sing a reggae pattern right now, how would that be? What does that sound like internally? Right? You thinking about it? Boom, 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 bing. Get, boom, 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 bing. Get, boom, 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 bing. Get, boom, 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 bing. Get. That's what it kind of sounds like, right? Now, let me ask you to imagine that same melody over that reggae pattern. Do it. Think about it just for a second. We had swing, bo, bo, dom, bum, bom, ba, dom, ba. Then we had funk, bo, bo, dom, bum, bum, boom, ba, doom, bum, bum, and now I'm asking you to put that same melody over reggae. Boom, 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 bing, get, goom, 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 ding, get, goom, 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 ding. What does that sound like? Oh, let me see. I'm pretending like we're all in the same room. We'll sing it on my count. 1, 2, wait, who's on? Okay. Yeah, Jason's on guitar. Okay. Who's on bass? Okay, great. The band's ready? Great. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, boom, 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 bing, get, boom, 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 bing, get, boom, boom, doom, 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 boom, boom, bing, boom, bing. Up to the 4 chord, boom, 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 bing, get, boom, 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 ding, get, boom, 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 boom. I've never had so much fun playing the piano, not playing the piano. Boom, 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 bing, boom, 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 bing, down, boom, 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 boom. So there's like there's many different kind of perspectives and styles that we can kind of come from here. That's the blues. That's Thelonious Monk. That's Rosetta Tharpe. That's inspiration from one place that inspires us to go on to a completely new, different direction. And that's just with rhythm. And that's just with melody. Like, we're not reharming too much just yet. I'd like to share another artist with you guys. By the way, I should probably let you listen to that Thelonious Monk rendition of Blue Monk. Let me share that with you, so we can just kind of listen to that. And then we're going to go on to another style outside of blues. But again, let me just find this. 1 second, please. Can you guys see Monk okay? All right, check this out. This is Blue Monk. Okay, I'll stop that melody right there. Okay, so I just wanted you to hear a little bit of Thelonious Monk. We could all just take a lot of our own favorite artists and talk about them for a while. I'm going to move on to a different artist. And maybe some of you all heard of this artist. Maybe some of you have not. Stevie Wonder. I have a feeling that many of you have heard of Stevie Wonder. When I say Stevie Wonder's music, what comes to mind? Put that in the chat, please. Stevie Wonder. And for those of you all who don't know about Stevie Wonder, I'll tell you a little bit more about him in a second. But for now, let me ask you to put some things in the chat so it can inspire some of those folks maybe who have not heard of Stevie Wonder. Groove, melody, Sir Duke, yes. Funky, yes. Golden Lady, Superstitious, yes. Nice. Jazz, I like hearing that. I love hearing that because Stevie Wonder's music is most certainly influenced by jazz. And that's primarily what we're talking about here. Songwriting being influenced by other things. Signed, sealed, delivered. That's right. Stevie Wonder was a blind pianist. And jazz styles, yes, absolutely. He was a multi-instrumentalist also. Played several different instruments. Yes. Jason, you want to share anything about Stevie Wonder? I know you.
I mean, his influence on
Yeah.
horn players,
Mm.
incredible. I mean, he wrote such incredible music that really sort of, as you go into the 70s and 80s with bands like Tower Power and things like that, without Stevie Wonder, you would not have all those groups, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know, he was
Mm.
really the inspiration for that. He really set the trend, and actually even think of like what Bruno Mars is doing now.
Oh, yes.
Like
Yeah.
without Stevie Wonder, you don't have Bruno Mars.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, pretty much. Stevie and Michael. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Part-time, yeah, blues scale, lately, my Sharia more. I love that so many of you are familiar with Stevie. I love that. So I'm just kind of, we've talked a little bit about Stevie. If you haven't heard of Stevie Wonder for any chance, make sure you look up Stevie Wonder. There's a great album. There's lots of great albums. One's Inner Visions. There's just a lot. I'm not going to get going about all those great albums. But let's just kind of look again at a groove. I wish that we were in the same room, but since we're not, there's a song, Superstitious. Ooh, the beat sounds like this. Boom, 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 boom. And the lyrics are very superstitious, writing on the wall. Ooh, it's so swinging. These melodies that come to mind are very important because they go on to inspire what you will compose. He has another one called Overjoyed. The very beginning of the melody is so beautiful. It goes, over time, I've been building my castle of love just for two, though you may, beautiful, beautiful. Let's take that melody. Let's do the same exact thing. I told you we have a formula here. That's a beautiful melody. Let's just take a little bit of that melody and we're going to first analyze it a little bit. Oh, that's over time. That's 7. If we're kind of looking at kind of theoretical perspective, we have the 7, 5, 1, 7, 5, 1. Just look at that. That's beautiful. How do we take that do and change it to make it our own? We could transpose it. We could change the rhythm. I've seen some of those. What else could we do? Do do do. Do 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 do. They're kind of changing that top note. Arpeggiate. Ooh. Make it in minor. I love that. Do bo be do do do. Oh, do 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 be over time. Skip becomes really bluesy. I've been building my castle of love. I like the minor idea. Arpeggiate. Ooh. How could we do that? Boom. The groove is like over time. Bo boo do beat. Boom 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 dee do boo do boom do beat. Bo boo boo dee boo do boo boo do beat. Bo boo boo dee boo do boo boo do beat. And just imagine different harmonies over top of that. Oh, change keys. Yes, absolutely. I think he does that at the end of the original. So yeah, Stevie might be ahead of you on that one. You can flip the notes. 5, 7, 1. Do be. Oh, I like that. Do bo ba, which reminds me of another Stevie tune. No New Year's Day You're on top of it. You got it. But let's just stay there for a second. One person, looks like Diane. Sorry if I'm kind of mispronouncing your name there. I love the fact that just from those numbers alone, you just kind of mess with those. Sometimes you don't always hear the melody, but you try different notes. It's 5, 7, 1. Okay, great. What about, I'm just wondering if we can add some lyrics, because I noticed at the very beginning of our conversation, there were many people who put lyrics in the chat. So what if we have a few numbers? Oh, we're really experimenting now, right? What if we have a few numbers kind of in a melodic sequence, but also add lyrics to that? We're going from Stevie's tune to our own. We're songwriting in the spot, on the spot. Upload new rhythms, change BPM and some new chords on it, build a different vibe. Oh, yeah. Everybody who's in the chat, make sure make sure you're there with us live, okay? Because we're gonna have a blast. Right now, let's kind of change that melody a little bit. And I'm wondering, can we add lyrics? We have 5 over time. Da, da. What else can we add to that? Oh, I see 1, 3, 4. Okay, let's work with that. So so far we have 5, 7, 1. Then we have 1, 3, 4. 1, 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. Do. Okay, so we have a melody that goes do do dee da da da. Beautiful, love it, love it. Let's add some lyrics to that. I don't see any. Yes. Bo ba 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 ba. Let's put them in the chat. What lyrics go along with that melody? And by the way, you'll notice that Jason has picked up his guitar there. If you have an instrument at home and you feel free to harmonize this melody that we're working on right now, go for it. Go for it. Pick up your instrument if you're at the keyboard, even if you're on or at your guitar or whatever, bass, try to harmonize this melody. Okay, I see some. I love you. I love you too. The sunrise. Ooh, the sun. Oh, I like that. The sunrise. The sunrise. Let me come down. That's a little high for my voice. The sunrise. The sunrise. No, let's stay there. The sunrise. The sunrise. Okay. You guys know who Michael. I'm going to just deviate for a second. How many of y'all know who Michelangelo is? Right? Right, Italian artist, sculptor, painter. So the thing I really love about Michelangelo, one of the things he said, is he believed before he started to sculpt a piece of marble, he believed that the masterpiece was already inside of that marble, waiting to get out. That's right, the David, that's right. Think about that for a second. The masterpiece itself is trying to escape from that marble. And it's your job to craft away at that marble piece until it's found. And that's what we're doing right now. We have a little bit of this melody. Where else does it want to go? What else wants to escape and be inspired by that melody? So it's worth thinking about. What comes after that? Think about that for a second. I'm leaving you on your own. I'm giving you like maybe, I don't know, a few seconds, 30 seconds to ask yourself, where does that melody go? Jason, you're more than welcome to, if you have some ideas that you would like to play that's inspired by that melody, I'd love to hear what you're kind of thinking there.
Yeah, this is really interesting to dig
Uh-huh.
into this. Yeah, Lily,
Yeah.
that's interesting. Yep. But
Uh-huh.
it's sort of, the ascending line, and then, we always have to figure out, like, the contour.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to go another direction. So it's like contrast, finding,
Yeah.
it's like, so something, having the melody go in another direction. But it also depends on like the the uh, the prosody.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a term that I'm not sure if our songwriters here know, but you know uh, when Vim put in sunrise, obviously the melody's ascending, so sunrise could be flying as well.
Mm,
But you're not always going to be going up, right? Sometimes you're going to come down.
that's
One
right.
of my favorite melodies to analyze is the melody for Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most,
Oh,
because the
wow.
melody and the concept of the song, spring, means
Hmm.
like everything's growing, right? Everything's coming up. But can hang you up the most is that sort of like it has like a a sad, somber side to it. So,
Hmm.
we know that the melody is spring is here. Got me? Spring starts on a G. Right? No, wait.
Spring is here.
Starts on an E. Spring is here. Got me feeling
Yeah.
like a horse that never left the post. And this
Hmm.
is like just in the first two measures, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
spring is here, we're growing, but then that those descending sevenths got me feeling like a horse that never left the post. And that's art. That's
Hmm.
the melody and the lyric together, combining the major tonality of an open triad or a triad and an inversion with descending sevenths. It brings in all those elements that you're talking about with
Yes.
with harmony and melody. And I think, playing with the Stevie Wonder melody would be the same way that I would try and toy with that or just sort of play with that. That's the way I would,
Yeah. 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 And thank you, Jason. You know, one of the things that you throw out that particular tune, now we get into harmonies. Oh my goodness. For example, I know you guys can't hear me super well, but I'll tell you what I'm playing anyway. I'm playing a G major 7 chord. So again, if you're on your instrument, you're more than welcome to play along. And the actual notes I'm playing are starting with the bottom note in my left hand, I'm playing G, D, F sharp. And then in the right hand, I'm playing B, E, and A. So again, you may not be able to hear it that well, but try that out. And so that's the first chord of Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most. And that goes down to the flat 7 of the key. So if we're in the key of G, I know we're going to kind of geek out on the theory stuff here for a second. With what else do you expect when a piano player is here, right? And then we go down to the flat 7, which is F dominant. I'm using this voicing again for all of you who are at your instruments. F, E flat, A, D, and G, right? Kind of gives us a dominant 7, the 13 there. Let's go back to that G. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And then back down to that F. Now let's listen to that melody that Jason was talking about. Check it out. Spring is here, spring is here. Check it out. Spring is here and got me feeling like a horse that never left the post. I lie in my room, staring up at the ceiling. Spring can really hang you up the most. Jason, we're gonna play this one. We're gonna play when we see each other. We're gonna play this one together. What a beautiful melody. Beautiful melody. I'm sorry. Some of you guys have been putting a few things in the chat. So my question now, again, it's all about curiosity. When you take a song like this, going from the 1 chord down to the flat 7, let's go back to that Stevie Wonder melody. That was, we decided, wait, the random numbers that you put into the chat were 5, major 7, 1, and then someone else put 1, 3, 4. So now curiosity makes me ask, can we take those harmonies that we were just playing over Spring Can Really Hang You Up the Most with this new inspired Stevie Wonder melody that was Stevie, but now it's ours, because that's what songwriting is all about. Okay, if you have your instruments at home, come on, get to work, grab your instrument. Let's play that one G major 7. Now let's go to that F dominant 7. And let's not put a groove on it just yet. We will. But let's try that melody that's been created by us over top of these harmonies. There's G major 7 over F dominant 7. Does that work or does it not work? Thumbs up, thumbs up. Let's try it again. 5 7 1. 1 3 4 over top of F dominant. Do it again. 5 7 1. 1 3 4. Oh, it works. Beautiful. And that's just 2 measures. That's just the beginning of our song. That's what I mean, that Michelangelo kind of process of just kind of chipping away. The melody is always there, waiting to be discovered by you. Promise. I guarantee it every time. And it's magical every time. Every time. Yes. Okay, so what would we do? Okay, so we're all composing together. We have a melody that's just absolutely beautiful, that's been inspired. We have harmonies that's been inspired by Jason sharing that song. Thank you, Jason. Now we need a groove. We need rhythm. I mean, it could be rubato, right? We all know what rubato means, R-U-B-A-T-O. The Latin word, the base of that is rubare, means to steal in Italian. Exactly, thank you. And rubare means to steal. Like, so when time has been stolen, we just literally, we don't have a steady beat. So we could just do this rubato. Take your time, kind of floaty, imagine the strings. Then the melody plays again. Da, da. That's rubato, but let's put a groove to it. All right, put something in the chat. How should we do this? How are you hearing this? Lots of other styles we haven't talked about, but bossa nova, cha-cha-cha. There's maybe some other styles. For example, there's some Afro-Cuban styles that maybe you haven't heard of. There's one called Changui. Oh, it's auto-correcting me. It wants to put change. It wants to put change, but it's called Changui. Samba, thank you for putting that. What other styles could we do? Do like something R&B like. I'm feeling that. I like that. I like that R&B thing. Yes. 6/8 or 3/4. Yes. Speaking of Afro-Cuban again, there's a pattern that's called Bembe, B-E-M-B-E. Of course, it wants to autocorrect that. Symbols, okay. 3/4. Wow. So 3/4. What should we do here? Jason, what do you think? Should we do a 3/4 thing? Should we do like a R&B kind of neo soul vibe? What are you feeling? I can't hear you, man.
I think we do neo soul. I think we do something that's, more pop modern.
A little bit more contemporary. Love it. Love it. So that inner drum again. Let's think of a song. Okay, I have an idea. Let's check out one more artist that influenced, well, there's a lot from Stevie. They all influence this neo soul, but I'm thinking of a particular artist. Let me share my screen here. Give me a second, because I think there's a few ideas that we can take from her, just as we've taken ideas from Stevie. And spring can really hang you up the most. Let me share my screen and let's check this out. How many of you all have heard of Jill Scott? Ooh, yes, no, put it in the chat. Yes, yes, with 3 S's. Thank you. Yes, yes, OMG. That's what I'm talking about. For those of you all who haven't heard of Jill Scott, let me share a video with you. And let's take some things from her composition and put it on top of these harmonies that we already have. And let's put it on top of these melodies that we already have. All right, here we go. 1 second. Share my screen. A little bit of sound. Here we go. Check this out. A song called Golden. Check it out. I'm going to pause that right there. Okay. So this song is called Golden. Definitely check out Jill Scott if you have not. And hopefully while that song was playing, this important word we have, curiosity, hopefully you had your instrument there trying to figure out, or at least kind of play along, figure out what's going on there. Yes. So let's kind of analyze that for a second. That's an E flat. And again, I know you can't hear my keyboard that well, so let's just kind of analyze it together, okay? We have, that's in the bass. E flat minor. Going down to the flat 7 major, D flat major. So again, we start on E flat minor. Go down to the flat 7, which is D flat major 7. Yeah. Then we go down to B, which is also kind of like a major 7 type of thing, right? Ooh. Then we got kind of like the B flat minor there, right? Then the A flat major triad. Let me think about this for a second. E flat. Yeah, B flat sus. Yeah, then it goes down to A flat. Down to E flat. G flat what? What is that? Boom, B flat, A flat. Thank you. Got that B flat sus. Thank you. Yeah, B flat sus. Then we go down to A flat. It's kind of like more like a triad thing. G flat major 7. What comes after that G flat major 7? Talk to me. Got an F in the bass. What is it? F minor. Thank you. Thank you. And then we're back at what? I love these chats. You guys are just like so hip. I cannot wait to hang. So again, we have E flat minor, D flat. flat. That's right. That's right. B flat sus, A flat, G flat major 7, F minor, and E flat, right? So those are our chord progression. So wow, we're still working on this sculpture. We're still chipping away, aren't we? We have the rhythm. 2. Sing with me. Boom, boom, kick, boom, 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 boom. One's on the beat, one's anticipated. Boom. Bink, tack, boom, back, boom, boom, tick, back, boom, tick, boom, tick, back, boom, boom. Okay, now if you're not singing along with me and clapping with me, put down your instrument and get with this, okay? Please, because the most important thing is rhythm. I don't think I've said that so far. It's cool. We can kind of go all these different directions with harmony. We can go all these different directions with melody. But just like Duke Ellington said, it don't mean a thing if it ain't got that swing. And that's exactly what he was talking about. You can have all these beautiful harmonies, but if that pocket's not there, we're not doing much. So again, listen to the 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? So clap that with me. 1, 2. You're going to clap like this and sing the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Now instead of clapping, let's just put a little back there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Play the bass. 2. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. And again, those notes are E flat, D flat, E flat, A flat, G flat, C flat. Play with me. E flat, D flat, B, B flat, A flat, G flat, How about with the chords? E flat, B major, B flat, A flat, G flat major, F, D. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2. Last time, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice. Let's take this rhythm and do something, somehow combine it with the melody that we have. G major going to F dominant. You remember we were there, we got our melody that goes 5, 7, 1, 1, 3, 4. Talk to me. How can we combine these together? Put something in the chat. Oh, it looks like someone already has a Basso Ostinato, like Feeling Good by Nino Simone. Nice. Little ostinato. Okay. That's one idea. Okay. Keep talking to me, please. How can we combine these songs? There really kind of is no wrong answer right now. What are some other ways? How do you see these songs being played? Same chord pattern from G major. Yeah, absolutely. Minor, boom, boom, down to the flat 7, boom, boom, to that 5, bo-dee-daw, bo-dee-daw, boom, boom. Absolutely, absolutely. What else? Same chord pattern from G major 7. We could do that. Yep. People would definitely listen and go, oh, wow, it's going straight down the scale. Okay, they probably been checking out Jill Scott. I love that.
Well, if the melody ascending, it would be really interesting because then they're going in contrary motion.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we have.
Yeah.
Oh, talk to me, Jason. So we have. And then. And looks like we would probably need more melodies.
But we just bring it down, because as you go down to E minor, or and then the melody. Right.
And then when we get down to E minor, we can do what? Melodically. Yeah.
Yeah. Just take that same shape.
Yeah, I dig that. Okay, so let's kind of geek out here for a second. So let me see. You're gonna get. Ooh, I love that. That F works over top of the E flat.
Right.
Let's do an E flat major there. Can we kind of, okay. So now we have, yes, I love that. So we have G major 7, then we have F dominant 7, because we're kind of keeping that the previous song vibe. Then we have E flat major 7. What else?
Now we got to take the melody in the other direction, right? Because this is the column response from the blues.
Yeah. Okay.
So statement, 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 answer. So maybe the melody goes down on the next chord.
Okay, talk to me. What do you have?
So we're going like.
Okay.
That's the tension and release, right?
Love it, love it, love it. So let's play that. Let's kind of loop that, because I'm sure there are some folks at home that want to play along with us.
Yeah.
We were all in the same room. We would have to get tight with this melody. So let's tighten it up. I love how we can sit here and practice, like all 100,000 of us together. So we have, then we have, again, that's 5, 7, 1, G, F sharp, D, F sharp, G, then 1, 3, 4, G, B, C. And then we have C, E, F, those last 3 notes are F, E, D. So woo, I hear you, Jason. Oh, I can't, I'm trying hard not to add lyrics right now. I'm trying really hard. We gotta get this melody together first. Let's get it. G major 7, play it, play it, play it. F dominant 7. G, E flat major 7. Can we put a D sus right there? Down to the 4 minor. So that's going to be D sus. Actually, let's keep. Again, let's try that again. I don't like that last chord. Let's keep on working on it. Right. Are you satisfied?
Nope.
Me neither. Talk to me, people. What should that last chord be? So we have 1 chord, G major 7. That's F dominant 7. E flat major 7. Come on, this is a community event. G major 7, E flat 2. That's what we're trying to figure out. What comes after that E flat major 7? Y'all, this is a community event.
We need to
get melody again is da, da, da. I have a few things in mind, but I just. Oh, somebody says D sus 4. Love that. Ooh, somebody put B flat major 7. Love that. Love that.
Great.
Love that. D flat major. Yeah.
Ooh, we can do that on the second time.
Wait, D flat major? We're gonna put that D on D flat major? Okay, I might have to put some upper structure triads on top of that one. I'm gonna put a B flat major triad on top of that D flat. Yes.
I think the B flat major works great there.
I think that B flat is really, really nice. Oh, somebody put D flat major 7 going to B flat major. I'm assuming that's no, is that 9 dominant? Dominant or major 7? Oh, someone put D minor. Oh, I love this. I love this. I have something I'm going to share with you all in a second. But what do you say we stick with that B flat major 7? Yeah. Oh, no, just kind of feels complete, but at the same time, like it's got other places to go. Boom, here we go. Done. Now let's keep in mind Jill Scott's beat. Bonk, tick, bonk, da, bonk, tick, gong, tick, gong, G, bonk, G, bonk, F, bonk, boom, 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 tick, gong, boom, boom, F, boom, boom, yeah, hold on, boom. Oh, okay. Let's get it together. Let's practice it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, G major 7. Boom, 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 F dominant 7. Boom, boom, E flat. A, B flat. Again. 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Boom, 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 G major 7. Boom, 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 F dominant. What's next? E flat. E flat. B flat. Again. G. F dominant. E flat major 7. I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that. Let's add some lyrics to it. Oh wow, is it 8:30 already? You kidding me?
Time flies, sir.
All right. Oh, we have lyrics, Jason. So let's work with this. When she's gone, so lonely, it's not easy to move on. Love it. Oh, it's getting hot. It's getting hot in here, man. Wait. The chat, hold on. The chat just keeps, hold on, my lyrics went away. When she's gone, so lonely. Oh, I'm loving that. Not easy, it's not easy. Moving on. Oh,
that's solid.
Let's do it. Let's just hear it one more time. When she's gone, so lonely. It's not easy. Moving on. Oh wow, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. Man, could we have not planned to just sum up things?
Well, this is it. I mean, this is what the goal is, right? Is to, find all these different ways and, to build off of your inspiration.
It is. And I think it's wonderful. First of all, I want to thank everyone who just contributed, because it's just so important to understand this process of songwriting. And I cannot stress the importance of not interrupting, again, that flow. We didn't stop to think too much about, the right chord, the wrong chord. We didn't really doubt. We didn't take too much time to doubt ourselves at all. That's beautiful. Because a lot of times as songwriters, no matter how long you've been composing, no matter the style, the thing that can interrupt our flow a lot is just self-doubt. Just, I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't know. We didn't have time for that this morning. Right. And when we see each other in person, we won't have time for it then. Right. So anyway, I just want to stress that Again, just kind of recap, understanding what you're inspired by, doing your homework, whether it's blues, whether it's classically influenced, whether it's pop, funk. Do the homework, really check these musicians out, our heroes. Imitate them, figure out what they're doing. And then from there, innovate upon those. Figure out what part of it helps you to become your own artist, just like we did today. So anyway, I think I'm going to kind of just wrap up, say thank you so much. Jason, thank you so much for just playing along, man. This has been beautiful.
No, this has been,
Yeah.
hey, this is what we do, right? We just get in a room together and just start creating. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be at Siam Yamaha Music. We've got our friend Gap is here at the Pong. He's the chief educator at Siam Yamaha. Gap, thanks for joining. Let me just find you here and bring you in.
Yeah, Jason, I'm the one who write the lyrics for you.
I know. Thank you, sir. That was perfect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
Thank you
Kevin,
so much.
Kevin Gap is our colleague at Siam Yamaha, Siam Music. And we're looking forward to being with you. I'm just going to share this with everybody really quick so you can see. On Friday, December 2nd, we've got a full afternoon of activities with Gap and his team. We want you all to be there. All of you that are in Bangkok, please tell your friends, your fellow teachers and students to come out and join us. There's plenty of space in the theater. And Kevin's going to pick up where he's left off here and do some more work with creative approaches to songwriting and composition. The Dean of Admissions, Damian Bracken's going to dig into careers in the music industry and just how vast in the opportunities are, and have a discussion. We'll probably have some guest Berklee alumni as well joining us who are working in the industry. The music industry in Thailand, in Bangkok, and Southeast Asia is very dynamic. There's a lot going on, not just in songwriting and performance, but also in scoring for film, video games, the music industry at large. And then we have an opportunity, as Kevin noted, we're going to do some playing together. And so if you've been working on your songs or working on your music, or you just want to come in and play with the group or get some feedback, we'll have an opportunity to bring you up on stage. We did this the last time we were there, and it was fantastic. We had a great time playing some music together. So bring your instruments, be ready to play, and we're going to have an awesome time with all of you. Hey, Gap. Great to see you, sir. Good evening.
Yeah, thank you. It is a great session. I listen all of this.
No,
Very
Kevin,
wonderful.
Brilliant. In your piano, actually, we started to hear everything as we got into the middle of the session. So everything worked out wonderful. And any last thoughts, Kevin, before we break for this morning or this evening, depending on where you are in the world?
Last thoughts, just be thinking about other questions, discussion topics, because we'll be there in person. I'm sure there'll be a lot of great questions. Just be thinking about what you'd like to cover. A majority of the presentations that I do, it's always a combination of things that I want you to learn, combined with things that I know you want to prioritize and focus on. So just be thinking about great questions, things you want to talk about in regards to songwriting, and we'll just jump right into it when I see you.
Yeah, and we'll have a full backline on stage, so there'll be a keyboard, piano. Obviously, we're very fortunate, Gap. You've got incredible instruments with Yamaha. So we'll have drum set, we'll have amplifiers. So guitarists and bassists, please bring your instruments. Horn players, I'll bring my horn. I think our friend Volt, Berklee alumnus, is going to bring his violin as well. And we're really looking forward to seeing you in Bangkok on December 2nd. And hopefully we'll see some of you in the Berklee auditions as well, because we're going to be, Kevin and I will be there with Damian doing auditions for people applying to come and study with us. Cool. Gap, sir, thank you so much for partner, and we're looking forward to being with you in a couple of weeks.
Sure, I will prepare everything for you all.
Yes, sir.
Trust me. It's going to be nice piano, Kevin.
Excellent, yeah. Cool. I look forward to meeting you and the piano.
Yeah, sure. I maybe I will prepare some like CFX for you.
Okay. All right.
We got one. Jason's saw it already.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Right,
You got a beautiful facility there.
Great,
Ladies
great.
and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Bree, thank you for producing this session. Kevin, have a wonderful rest of your weekend.
You too,
And
Jason.
we'll see you all soon. All right. Thanks, everybody. Be well.
Bye, everyone. Bye-bye.